Hello students, I hope you all are fit and fine and doing good at home. Now today we will going to start the second part of our chapter active and passive voice. In the first part we discussed about how to convert from active voice to the passive voice in present tense. Now today we will going to learn how to convert active to the passive in the past tense as well as in the future tense. I have already given you a chart that the helping verbs of active will be what in the passive. So according to the chart we have to follow that how we can use the auxiliary verbs. Formula everybody knows. What's the formula of active voice? Subject plus main verb plus object. And while converting from active to the passive voice, what's the formula of passive voice? The formula of passive voice is object of active voice will become the passive subject. Object of active will become the object as passive subject. So passive subject plus your third form of the verb. Now while converting from active to the passive, always remember dear children that we will going to use only and only third form of the main verb, not the auxiliary. So subject as passive subject plus third form of the verb plus word by, by. This by is important, by. Plus the subject of active. Now the active subject will come at the end in the passive voice after by. Okay, so now let's get started, and today we will going to see past tense as well as future tense. Now see the first one, past indefinite. Now past indefinite. Now before doing this, let's see the chart. In past indefinite active voice we use did. Now did means all the ed, en, on form. Walked, jumped, kicked. Okay, like this. So in active voice if it is did. So in the passive voice what we are going to use? We are going to use either was or were according to the subject. If subject is in a singular form, so we are going to use was. If subject is in a plural form, we are going to use were. Okay? Now, over here, she kicked the ball. Now, over here, see, here, the ball is object. So, according to the formula, the ball will come in front as passive subject. The ball. Now ball is singular. What we are going to use? Was. So the ball was kicked. Now don't get confused that in an active voice the main verb is already in the third form. Whether it is in the third form, whether it is in the ing form, always remember that while writing passive voice you have to use the ed, en, on form, the third form of the verb only. So the ball was kicked by, now over here she, so she will change into her. Okay? Now next, past continuous. Let's check out the chart first of how to use auxiliary verb. Past continuous. Now suppose if in an active voice it is was were. I was jumping. We were jumping. Okay? If it is was were, then what we are going to write in the passive voice? We are going to use either was, were, was or were by using being. So we are going to convert was were into either was being or were being. Then your third form of the verb. Let's start this. We were playing the chess. Now over here we is subject and chess is object. So the chess will become the passive subject. The chess. Now chess singular was. According to the chart, was plus being. So the chess was being. Now playing, ing form is there. So we are going to convert this ing form into the third form. So playing will change into played. The chess was being played by us. Instead of we are going to use us while writing passive voice. Clear this much? Now, third is past perfect. So before starting past perfect, let's see the chart. Past perfect. In active voice, we always use had. Okay? Only and only had because it is past. So, while changing from active to passive, we are going to use had been. Now, let's start this. He had played the chess. Now, over here again, he is subject and the chess object. The object will become your passive subject. The chess. Then, what we are going to use? Had been. The chess had been played by, he will become him. So the passive voice is the chess had been played by him. Next, past perfect continuous. As I told you before, while converting active to passive of present, and the category was present perfect continuous, and I told you that that is the rare sentence. Same thing over here, past perfect continuous is also your rare active and passive sentence. Why? Because see in the chart, what's the reason why it is called the rare? Because we are using had been being. Two auxiliary verbs are coming together in the sentence. Being. That is why it is rare. Now let's start. I had been playing the chess. Again the chess is your object and it will become your passive subject. The chess had been playing will change into third form played by. It is I. So I will change into me. So the passive of past present continuous is the chess had been being played by me. Clear, children? Now let's move on to the future tense. Now first category in future is future indefinite. Now let's see the chart first and then we'll move on that how to convert. Future indefinite. Now in active, auxiliary verb is will because it is future, that is why we are using will. So will in active, now while converting from active to passive, it will change into will be. Now let's do the sentence. Raj will write a poem. Over here Raj is subject, a poem object. So object will become your passive subject in passive voice. A poem. Then auxiliary verb will be. Third form of the word write, written by. Now this is name Raj, so you cannot change anything in the passive. So Raj will be Raj. You cannot write him or he. Okay? So the poem will be written by Raj. Okay? Next, future continuous. Now, future continuous active and passive voice sentence is rare. Why? Because again, two auxiliary verbs are there. See the chart? Future continuous. In active voice, will be. So while converting from active to passive in future continuous, it will become will be plus being. So be and being, two auxiliary verbs are working over here together. That is why this is your rare active and passive sentence. Let's do the sentence. Raj will be writing a poem. Again, the poem object. So it will become your passive subject. A poem will be being. Writing will change into third form. Written by Raj. A poem will be being written by Raj. So this is called your rare future continuous active and passive sentence. Rare, we hardly use. Next category in future is future perfect. Now, first chart. Future perfect. See, in active voice it is will have. And what we are going to use in passive voice? Will have been. So, in active voice of future perfect, it is only will have. And we are going to use will have been in the passive voice. Let's do the sentence. Raj will have written a poem. Again, poem is your passive subject. A poem. This chart we are going to write. Will have been. Third form of the verb. Written by Raj. A poem will have been written by Raj. Okay? Next, future perfect continuous. This is also a rare sentence. Why? See the chart. In future perfect continuous of active voice, what we are going to use? Will have been. And while converting will have been into passive voice, it will become will have been plus been. It means we have two auxiliary verbs, been and being. That is why it's a rare sentence. Let's do the sentence. Raj will have been writing a poem. Start writing. A poem will have been written by Raj. Now over here we are using two auxiliary verbs. That is why this is also a rare active and passive sentence. I hope this much is clear to everyone. Now in the next video we are going to discuss interrogative active and passive voice. Till then, take care everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you.